Hi, this is Sid Meier. You're watching Gamereactor TV. The revolution is that Civilization is coming to the consoles. We're making it for the Xbox 360, the PlayStation 3, the DS, and the Wii. It's a brand new design. We've really redesigned the entire game for the consoles, added lots and lots of new features, really brought the game to life in a new way for a new generation. It's really designed for both brand new players that haven't played the game before. There's a tutorial mode, there are lots of advisors to help you out. But if you're an expert Civilization player, you might want to try the game as well, because there are lots of new features, new abilities for all the wonders, new civilizations, special abilities for each of the 16 unique civilizations, different architecture styles, different units, a lot of great new stuff as well. There were a couple of things we changed for the consoles. Obviously the controller is very different from using a mouse and a keyboard. But for a turn-based game like Civilization, the controller actually works very well. We can move the units with the joysticks. There's a few commands that are available, and they can all be mapped to different buttons. You can control the camera with the triggers, jump between all your units with the shoulder button. So actually the things you need to be able to do in a turn-based game like Civilization work very well for the controller. To make the game work on a television screen, we pulled the camera in closer, made the units a little more dramatic, a little larger than life. The game plays faster. We use larger areas in our map tiles so you can travel further, explore more quickly, and play a game in anywhere from 2 to 4 hours depending on your style of play. But all the great Civilization gameplay is there. The same ideas are there, the same strategies, different ways to win, one more turn, become the king. All that fun stuff is really a part of the game. Well, I think there are a lot of new features that even experienced Civilization players will appreciate. The ability to combine 3 units together to make an army, all the special upgrades that you can give to your units that actually change their appearance and make them unique. Guerrilla units or infiltration units, ninja units, spies play an important part of the game. Each of the 16 civilizations has some very unique abilities, so they play very differently. The Egyptians can build wonders for half price, and they can farm food from the desert. So their play style is very different from another civilization. I think we do try and make the player very much the star of the game. In a game like Civilization, you can come up with your own strategy. There's 4 different ways to win a game of Civilization Revolution. We have a new economic victory. You can have the most money and win the game. So I think we do try and allow the player to kind of create their own story, their own history when they play a game like Civilization. We have probably the best multiplayer that's ever been in a Civilization game, taking advantage of the networks that are already there, the Xbox Live network and the PlayStation Home network and Wi-Fi on the DS. There'll be team games, head-to-head games, lots of great multiplayer stuff, and a special feature for the experienced Civilization players. We have what we call the Game of the Week, which is the ability to download from the network the information to start a new game. It's a single-player game. You're playing a single-player game, but everyone else is in the world playing the Game of the Week is playing that exact same game. So you can compare your score. You can play the game as many times as you want in the week, put your highest score up on the network, and every week there'll be one world's greatest Civilization player. And I think a lot of our experienced players will want to try and be the world's greatest Civilization player. I enjoy a lot of the different civilizations, especially now that they have unique abilities. The Germans are good to have a great military at the beginning of the game. The French can really dominate with culture. The Japanese have the ability to use the oceans in special ways, and they have some great island civilizations. Really, right now we're playing all the different civs and trying to make them, balance them, but also make them very different. The DS version, the Wii version, actually all the versions will have the same gameplay, just the interface and the graphics will look different. On the DS, it's really the fastest moving game of all, because with the stylus and the buttons, you can move the game really quickly. We don't have 3D graphics, so we're not going to show as much, combat and things like that. Things will move more quickly, but you could probably play a game on the DS in an hour and a half or 2 or 3 hours. So for an airplane flight or a ride in the car, it's a perfect game.
Any special ideas on how to use the Wii remote?
Well, I think we're not going to be beat fighting with swords or anything like that. It's still going to be Civilization, still going to be a strategy game, but the ability to point and things like that is going to be very useful to play the game, and we'll take advantage of that.
I talked to Jeffrey Briggs in London a few years ago, and I asked him to make Alpha Centauri 2. Is that something that you might go back to?
Alpha Centauri is one of the games that we get quite a few requests for. We'll have to look at our schedule and see what we can do, but we appreciate hearing about games that people would like to see us take another look at. I have not seen too much at the show, but I'm probably looking forward to the same games everyone else is. I mean, the new Halo. I like racing games, so I hope there's a new Gran Turismo coming out. The new Midnight Club, I'm sure, it's going to be a lot of fun. So, yeah, there's some great stuff happening. It's very exciting.
I'd like to thank you very much for your time.
Thanks for coming. Great talking to you.